Hello, hello. Pleased to be bringing you a set of the AOE League's 2v2 tournament, a Division A set between Team Elephantos. We've got El Noniro and Loniowski. El Noniro, 2300 player, Loniowski, 1800 player, and they will be matched up against Top One. And that consists of Satao, the French professional player, and Krogialka. She's about a 1500 player. So Satao and Kogrialka, they are back. They were with us 2 seasons ago, took the crown for Division A, and they are back to try to defend that belt. So I'm very excited to cast this one. We go to game number 1 on Arabia. And just for context, let me pull up the home maps for these players. So looks like Team Top One banned Arena and picked Beaver Dam as their home map. Props to them for picking my namesake. And on the other end, Team Elephantos banning Hideout and picking Nomad. So no one wants to play the closed maps in this set. We should be seeing some aggression and hopefully some messiness if and when we make it to Nomad. All right, without further ado, let's get into the game. Game number 1, Arabia. Team Elephantos here in the green and teal. In the green, we've got Loniowski playing as the Ethiopians, El Noniro as the Franks. So Franks, Ethiopians, about as strong of a pairing as it gets on Arabia. And on the other side, Satao, he'll be the archer player, which, if I recall, was the standard when these two played in Season 3. And Kogrialka, she'll be playing as the Magyars. She'll be the Cav end of this duo. Take a quick look at the maps here. Loniowski. Wow, those are some tight wood lines. Those are some ridiculously tight wood lines. So that is going to be some safe, delicious wood right there. Gotta love that. The gold, however, that is pretty exposed. Not even sure how you think about walling that. I mean, you could think about long walls stretching all the way from the wood line to the edge of the map, but that seems like quite an investment. Maybe you just tower it up, or you work with small walls and pray that archers don't reach your base. Well, we'll see how Loniowski deals with that. Over on the other side, his partner, El Noniro. Decent wood lines, similar thing though, extremely exposed gold. I guess as the Cav player, you're not going to need to go to that gold for a decent little while. But yeah, we'll see how he deals with that when the time comes. Once again, that really could be a situation where you end up just pre-towering it. Especially when you're up against Satao on the other side. Satao's base, I mean, the gold's forward, the berries are forward, but things are at least reasonably tight. I could see him get his production buildings out front of here and then sort of work on walling back in this direction. We'll keep an eye on that. And then finally, Kogri, what's her map looking like? I mean, the tree lines are not nearly as close together as they are on Loniowski's side, but she might have one of the better maps in terms of being able to wall the resources in. The gold's very safe. Berries, not so much. Keep it on that. All right. Any action yet from our scouts? Looks like everyone at the moment content to push deer, just scouting their area. All right, gold already here for Loniowski. Already going out to make a mining camp with 13 vills before going to berries. Are we going to have some kind of early rush action here? And Kogrialka already starting to wall up the front of her base. So yeah, maybe concerned about men-at-arms or drush play on this side. No sign of a barracks yet here for Loniowski, but we'll keep an eye on that. And then similar thing here for Satao, going to gold before going to berries. So maybe this is has become more the meta in team games at this higher level. I'll certainly be watching this with great interest. Picked up a lot of tips before casting Division A games. And yeah, excited to do so this season as well. Kogri, actually, she hasn't found these last 2 sheep. Let's see if she manages to get those. And wasn't able to push any of those deer. Here comes Loniowski. Loniowski might actually find these. And Kogri's still on the hunt for them. Let's see, what can she see here? Yeah, just shy of those. And there we go. Loniowski's going to grab hold of them, send them back home. Kogri already working on the full walls. Will those be up on time? So no sign of men-at-arms here from Loniowski, looking like straight archers. He's clicked up at 21 pop. Over here, Sato going for a 20 pop uptime with Mayans. Similar thing, no men-at-arms or Jarush. Even though there was maybe the potential for it. Archer player up against the Cav player. But I think at this high level, Archer numbers are so crucial. We got an attack bell, but I don't know where. Oh, here we go. Kogri's going to lose one. He's going to lose. Nice snipe there by Loniowski, holding those walls open, buying time. Kogri still hasn't clicked up yet. She's at 22 pop, but remember there's 1 down, so it's really equivalent to 23. Are these loomed? Yeah, maybe the Vills weren't loomed at that time. I assume not. Nice hill bonus there for Loniowski. He's being a pest here inside of Kogri's base. And she has now clicked up. So she will be walled, so she should be able to survive the scout push. But her uptime is going to be a good deal behind her Cav counterparts. Yeah, Loniowski being an absolute pest here, using that hill bonus. And he's got that feudal age in now. Gonna get another Vil pick. Gonna try for it. I think he's gonna get it. He's gonna sacrifice the scout to get it. Really? Oh! Kogri surviving 1 HP. Nicely done there by her. Bringing in the reinforcements, microing the villager out of the range, and she now is full walled. El No Nero diving into the TC a little bit. Doesn't take too much damage. Already 2 range up. Already 5 on gold here for Satao. Archers in production. What about on this side? Yeah, second range just now going up. So Satao should have an archer numbers bonus, but scouts already being produced here by El No Nero. Whereas the stable, not even up yet. Barracks only halfway up for Kogri. So what we might see is, I think these scouts are going to see if they can get any damage in here. They're going to realize quickly they can't. I think we might see a 2v1 situation against Kogri. Cav player tends to be the easier to get damage on. Although Kogri is full walled, so maybe that would be a reason for them to prioritize this direction. We'll see. Alright, here come the scouts. Nice quick walls there by Satao. And no losses yet for Satao. He's managed to take some HP off these scouts. And already full walled along this side. So the scouts aren't going to be able to get in that way. They're going to be forced to go this way. Satao's pretty well defended. Alright, what are we looking at for archer numbers over here? 5 archers out. Where are they? Here we go. Aggression already on. And fletching is in as well. So the pressure's on Kogri here. She's going to be pushed off the berries. Will she lose a Vil? Another near-death experience for one of Kogri's villagers. She makes it out. Alright, scout numbers continue to increase here. I think we see the scouts come over to this direction here soon. And yeah, Satao already heading over to try to reinforce his buddy. Rely on spear defense to protect his base. What are we looking at for archer numbers? 9 for both of the archer players, so not a particular advantage for Satao. Although there's only 3 archers here at the moment. The others have gotten spread out up in this direction. And Satao should be able to get the clean here. He's going to use the eagle to try to block. But nicely done there by Loniowski, pulling those archers back before they can get trapped. Loses 1. He's going to get that hill. Armor coming in for Loniowski as well, so he'll have that slight advantage over his opponent. Satao, excellent with the archer micro, but Loniowski making a really nice trade here. Gets the better of that engagement, and Kogri releases her 2 scouts, but there's a horde of scouts here for El Noniro. Things not looking great right now for top one, looking very good for Elephantos. 18 military in the field versus 9. The villain numbers are almost identical. Yeah, and look at that. Kogi's already dropped her defensive tower, but she's dropped it here in the back, which means she can't now drop one to defend this area. I think maybe here she could just small wall this area. But I actually think that tower might have been... Is that the ideal placement? I'm not sure. Pressure's certainly on. Satao coming in with some more reinforcements. Again, some nice micro here by Loniowski. Yeah, and I mean, Loniowski, even trades are good trades for them at this point because they can just continue to hold that advantage. 21 military to 10. Archers coming in, so Kogri's not going to be able to wall behind this. Things are looking a little bleak here for top one. The Tau only with 9 archers on the field. That house will go down really quickly. Interesting. El Noniro has fletching. Yeah, Kogri's not going to be able to get these stone walls down that she's hoping for. The scouts are in. Disaster. Does have this tower, so that should be able to prevent the enemy from looping around to get to this wood line. So she does have 1 safe wood line, some safe gold. Although the scouts, of course, can just dive under this. Kogri's going to lose those scouts. Yeah, this is looking exceptionally bleak. Satao coming, hoping to provide some rescue. I think we're going to see these archers. Yeah, they're just diving. There's nothing in the tower. There's no vills in the tower. That tower has almost no damage output. It's not really a deterrent at all here. Yeah, this could be GG here in Feudal Age. 10 Vil lead already for El Noniro. 10 military lead for El Noniro. Unless they get trapped and get this army cleaned and suffer some kind of devastating counterattack, I think this one's over. Yeah, Castle Age on the way as well for El Noniro. And they've got this hill as well helping them out. Tau has numbers, should be able to clear these archers. The damage has been done. Time's been bought. I don't see any significant counterattack coming in. Certainly not in Feudal Age. Castle Age on the way as well for Loniowski. In addition to a numbers advantage, they'll have a tech advantage here very, very soon. Kogri took some just absolutely devastating damage here. Down to 28 villagers. And how far is Satao from Castle Age? He's about, what, a third of the way up? Won't be too far behind his archer counterpart. The problem is there's going to be knights on the field. Oh, interesting. Okay, so El Noniro, I think that's why when fletching was worried about maybe a counterattack from Satao and got 5 skirms out. Where are those skirms right now?
Right.
Yeah. Actually went for sort of what you see in a 1v1 situation. Defend scouts into skirms. Just wanted to be able to avoid a few archer counterattack from Satao. I think it's gonna maybe stay 1 TC here for a little bit. It's going very heavy to gold here with 2 mining camps. Oh, actually gonna drop that second TC. Only 2 stable, so not a 3 stable play. Yeah, Satao walling up quickly. He knows what's coming. He knows the knights will be here soon. Look at the numbers on gold here. 18 vills on gold. 4 range. So he knows the only way back in is to take some kind of awesome engagement here in early Castle Age. And somehow roll that into damage on the enemy. See, the knights are coming. Expo upgrade about 10 seconds out here for Satao and Bakken as well. This wall very far from the base, so I think El Noniro is probably going to break in here. Satao's not going to be able to get repair vills out in that direction. Or will he? The archers are there, though, to make sure he doesn't. Oh, and actually they bail out. Ooh. Could Satao get a trap here, potentially? Take a good engagement. We'll see. Does he have a university? Yep, university's down. Ballistics isn't in yet. If he had ballistics here, maybe he could be thinking about a real good fight. He's got to be careful, though. With the knights in the mix, he's going to need serious, serious numbers to be able to take a fight here. I think we're going to have some expos, maybe pressuring Kogri here again, just to make sure that she stays out of the game.
Shot it.
Satao 23 expo, but really not a big numbers advantage right now. Loniowski has 22, although they are separated. There's 8 in this bunch, 14 over here, pressuring Kogri. Kogri's just clicked up to Castle Age now. Already 10 knights on the field for El Noniro. Worry, of course, for Satao here is that he gets trapped. Does have ballistics. Ballistics not in for his opponent. That's a big deal in these kinds of engagements.
Tabish.
Alright, yeah, so what's the play here? Is it... wonder if you're Loniowski and El Noniro. We think you'd want to get your archer mass together here if you're Loniowski and try to take a real good fight. Because once you clean Satao's archers, that's... I mean, the game is completely over. Yeah, look at this eco advantage already for El Noniro, up to 58 vills. And that lead will continue to expand on 3 TC. Second TC coming down now for Loniowski. 24 archers versus 32. Hill bonus here for Loniowski. Does also have that attack rate bonus with Ethiopians. Yeah, this will be a clean, no doubt. Satao may have gotten slightly the better of the archer engagement, but the knights are here. The surround is on. Those archers are bye-bye. And suddenly top one down to 14 military. They're behind almost 30 villagers. Hard to see any win condition at this point. And there's a hole in Kogri's base. These knights are about to roll in, and this base is going to be completely ravaged. They could even think about dropping TCs at this point. And Kogri, of course, no attack upgrades on the TC. It's called. Dominant performance there by Elephantos. Yeah, that early damage on Kogri was sort of it. Kogri, I think that slower uptime just meant she was so far behind in scout numbers. And those scouts kind of being part of those engagements just meant there was no way they could defend her base against that pressure. And credit to Loniowski for contributing to that by sniping vills, causing idle time, really delaying Kogri's walling. Take a look at the stats here. Yeah, pretty dominant KDs there for Team Elephantos. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a 10:30 feudal time versus a sub 9-minute feudal time. So you're looking at a whole minute and a half to be producing scouts. And Franks with that smoother eco as it is, transitioning into feudal age. That is a significant advantage. All right, with that, we go to game 2. So I mentioned the home map for game 2 was on Beaver Dam. This is the home map for team top 1. That's Satao and Kogri. Let's see if they can even out the set. All right. So Team Elephantos taking game 1. Yeah, I'm excited to see the strategy on this map. This is a new map for this tournament. All right, so we've got El Noniro here in the teal, playing as the Berbers, teamed up with Loniowski playing as the Malay. So my guess is that the Malay player wanted to dock up here. One feature of this map is that you don't know whether the Cav player or the Archer player is going to generate on the northern end or the southern end. It's not color specific. So this may be a little unfortunate here for Elephantos. They may have been hoping that the Archer player, or the Malay player in this case, would be located closer to that water. So you get somewhat standard resources to start off here. Oh yeah, you can see Kogrielka actually heading all the way down from her base here. She's playing as the Lithuanians to dock up here. Lithuanians, great to play water on with that food bonus, so you can get that faster feudal age time, get the navy out on the water quickly. Satao playing as the Mongols. So Mongols, we've only seen this map played twice, or I've only seen it played twice so far. And Mongols have been picked both times I've seen it played. I think they're going to be a popular pick here just because of the abundance of hunt. In addition to your starting patch of deer, you've also got all this extra deer here out in the back. Especially down in this southern region. It seems like deer generate there maybe in greater numbers. All right, but let's talk about the basic layout of this map. I'm sure a lot of you have not seen it. You've got this river that runs from the pond, right? You've got your Beaver Dam separating the pond from the river. Ships can traverse this pond, but they cannot traverse the river. You also cannot dock the river. The river, however, is passable. It's shallow water. And then a lot of the extra mineral deposits, your gold and stone, is going to be located down here on the southern end of the map. So I think as the game transitions into mid-castle age, you'll start to see that become a bit of a focal point. Woodlines, there are some smaller patches of woodlines out here in sort of the plains area, but the larger woodlines are generating along the river and along the pond. You'll see that on both ends. We did see in a Group B set, one team tried to wall these woodlines in FC. Didn't end up working out, but I think we could see that from time to time. In this setting with these civs, Lithuanians, Mongols, I definitely don't think we're going to see an FC play. This looks like it's going to be early aggression. Satao pushing in deer very aggressively. Yeah, and he's going to go straight into archers here. I guess you could see scout play from Satao transition into Cav Archer. Ogre focus on water. But we might also just see scouts and archers from Team Top 1. Over on this side, El Noniro popping out his first fishing ship. So we actually have the Berber player going on water. Berbers do have, faster moving galleys? Am I right in thinking that? The dock is pretty far to the left, so that does buy a little more time. If you had docked up here, you have to go fires. If you dock back here, maybe there's a chance you can mass galleys and play galleys instead of fires. We'll keep an eye on that. All right, Satao on the way up. 18 pop. And not on go. Oh, no, is going to go. Okay, so I think this is going to be straight archers. No, men-at-arms. Here we go. Men-at-arms, the set I casted for Division B, Men-at-arms turned out to be sort of game-deciding feature of that game. Let's see if they have that kind of impact here. Yeah, so what could Satao potentially hit for El Noniro? This woodline, I guess, is the only exposed area at the moment. Right, El Noniro on the way up. 3 fishing ships versus Kogri's 3. Early walls coming down here. Ooh, this is an advantageous woodline here for Loniowski. No gaps in it at all. All the way up into this area. And here he comes. Loniowski was watching the gap. The Vil was almost there. She's maybe 5 seconds too late. So the men-at-arms are in. That Vil will be trapped. I think I was just going to ignore her. And the pressure is on. Loniowski hasn't clicked. I think Loniowski was thinking fast castle. And that's off the table again. Once again, a fast castle thwarted by men-at-arms. All right, second dock coming down here for El Noniro, so he will undoubtedly be attempting to play water. Kogri also adding a second dock. We'll have some water action up there. All right, so Satao actually not opting to upgrade these to men-at-arms. Gets a Vil pick there. Loniowski's eco is going to be a mess now. There's no barracks, right? Oh, gosh. In on the wood line. The quick wall not coming in on time. Oh, and not there again. Satao does an excellent job putting the scout right where those walls are going to be. A third Vil goes down. This is brutal. Absolutely brutal right now. A fourth Vil. Yeah, this has got to be so tilting right now if you are Loniowski. Yeah, so Tao's got an archer follow-up behind this. Still surprised he didn't go for the men-at-arms upgrade. But certainly hasn't needed it. Gotten great value. Alright, here we go. 3 archers on the move. What do we have here? Men-at-arms are going to come up this way. There's no way that's getting walled. That was the area where those men-at-arms initially came in. Especially with these militia to prevent any quick walls. I think Satao can break in here. Although he's, at the moment, just kind of content to observe. Alright, let's take a look on water. Yeah, it was indeed galleys here from El Noniro. The first fire just now coming out for Kogri. And El Noniro... Ooh, second fire. She might be able to get a pinch here. Get some decent damage on that first galley. Very nice Navy play there by Kogri. Ooh. Almost loses the scouts. Over here, 1 militia down. Nice little quick wall there by El Noniro. Doesn't work, though. Loses the Vil. Gonna lose another one. Nope, manages to get away in time. Satao's scout is down. But Satao has gotten great value out of these 2 militia. All right, let's check in on the water. 4 fires here for Kogri versus 4 galleys. Just getting a good engagement there. El Noniro not micring back. All right, he responds now. Is fletching in here. No fletching yet for El Noniro. So that is going to be a problem for those. Another Vil goes down. Things looking quite bleak here for Elephantos. Down 5 Vils. A lot of pressure on. Do think in the long run here, El Noniro will still win water. The damage on land might just be too great by that point. Satao close to breaking in. No land military on the field right now for Elephantos, just Navy. Alright, fletching is in, so those galleys should do much better work now. Yeah, El Noniro definitely should end up winning water here. Defensive tower coming down. I like that tower. Secure the gold, secure the wood line. Will it go up in time? I don't think it matters. Satao's going to just camp under it. El Noniro tries to wall it in to prevent that. Not able to do so. Actually, Satao's just going to... He's just going to dive past. He knows there's no military on the field. He knows he doesn't need that many archers to get kills. Nice quick market there for El Noniro. And Satao actually getting wiped out here. That tower did some great work. Yeah, El Noniro's just going to fight this with Vils. At the very least, he'll push those archers toward the TC or tower. Satao knows that, so he's going to try to give him the slip here. Check back in on water. We've got an engagement there. El Noniro down actually to 4 galleys, so Kogri more than holding her own here on water. And yeah, An even trade is a win if you're Kogri on in this situation with Satao doing this much damage on land. More archers coming in, breaking on this end. And finally, we've got some military production from Elephantos. Castle Age on the way here for Loniowski. So he will beat Satao up to Castle Age. Have Expo a little bit before Satao. And I think in relatively comparable numbers. Kogri, yeah, still has 3 fishing ships alive. See if she can get these other fires in there for the pinch. Right, here we go. Ville's coming forward for Satao. What would be the play there? Is he want forward ranges, forward siege? I think he's maybe thinking Siege Workshop here against Loniowski. No, actually he's going to opt to send the Vills back home. Maybe he was hoping for the sneak. Not sure. It's Satao with the hill here. He's got slight numbers advantage on Loniowski. And no Expo upgrade in yet for Loniowski. No Bodkin upgrade in either. Might not be able to afford those quite yet. It does look like he's hurting for food. Alright, Castle Age is in for Satao. Expo upgrade on the way, so he's actually going to have Expo before Loniowski. Nice communication between the Elephantos players. Loniowski letting El Noniro know that Satao is on the way to his base, so those walls come down. Or not quite, actually. Satao could get in there. Alright, here's the Expo upgrade. Really excellent micro here by both players. Avoiding losses. Loniowski just doing everything he can to buy time at this point for his team. And here we go. Looks like El Noniro has finally won water. He's going to clean those fish and probably continue adding some fishing ships of his own. And they're going to count on that fish boom. Try to hold them in this game. Actually, with that fishing eco, only 2 Vills behind at the moment. We actually have ourselves a bit of a game. I still favor top one's position a bit here, but there is going to be a free fish boom pretty soon here for El Noniro. Might be able to use that to get good knight production. It's also Berber, so those knights are cheaper. Yeah, Satao now turning his sights on Loniowski's base. The gold is threatened, and that is going to really hurt Loniowski's ability to produce and try to get numbers comparable to Satao's. Expo upgrade just now in here for Loniowski. Alright, everyone is now in Castle Age. +2 armor coming in for El Noniro, so he wants to try to clean these archers with those knights. Mass migration here for Loniowski. This is bad for him right now. This is really bad for him. He's having big trouble with gold. Satao pushed him off the first gold pile, now off the second. Vills all over the place. Ooh. That Mangonel, could he land a hit and clear this? This Mangonel could be the game-saving device here for Team Elephantos. Tao's avoided taking damage so far. Loniowski's eco still disrepair. More archers waiting in the wings out there, but here come the knights. +2 armor on those knights. With the mango, with the archers, they should be able to get it clean. Full water control now for El Noniro. He's up to 7 fishing ships. You can get a really nice knight spam here. Elephantos is definitely not out of this game. Satao, at the very least, drawing these armies away from their base. No one's at a second TC yet. Looks like everyone's prioritizing military production. What are we looking at for military numbers? Identical, 22 military for both teams. We got another engagement here. Kogri's got knights in the mix, +2 armor on hers as well. Satao with the archers, so I think this play was actually really good for Satao, drawing the military out of position. Maybe hoping they can get some good damage here. Second TC coming down for Elmo Nero. He's going to have to be careful with that one. If these units get over there, that could be in real danger. We might have a doubt TC on our hands. Second TC now coming down for Satao. And are we going to see a Mangadai transition here at some point? This army now putting the pressure back on Loniowski. The Mangonel suddenly becomes quite useless with all the knights on the field. El Monero getting the surround on Satao's units, though. Kogri's got the surround on those units. I think this fight will slightly favor top one, but the archers will be clean, and the archers are the real damage outputting units here. Alright, this gold is going to be pressured here once again. 10 knights on the field versus 7 for Kogri versus El Noniro. Once again, this gold being pressured. Yeah, and top ones basically had the initiative this whole game, whereas game 1 Elephantos had that initiative. Really haven't even had units enter the eastern side of the map from Team Elephantos. And I think we're going to see top one here try to gather all of these military units. They'll have a decent archer mass and knight mass once they do so. 35 military versus 24. Ballistics is in. Yeah, Kogri's knights arrived just in the nick of time to provide a meat shield there for Satao's archers. I don't think that's a good fight for El Noniro. I'm kind of surprised he's taking it. Military lead continuing to bloom here a little bit for Team Top One. Second TC coming down for Kogri, actually in that that mineral-rich area. Kogri's got some knights diving throughout El Noniro's eco. El Noniro actually has gone for fletching, I think precisely for this kind of reason. Some knights in here on Loniowski as well. And this is just letting that Vil count continue to increase for Team Top One. Got a total of 5 TCs for Top One, only 3 for Elephantos, but there is the Fish Boom, which really I think of as comparable to another TC or 2. Although those fish are, remember, becoming increasingly inefficient as those fishing ships need to travel further and further. But this mass is getting pretty scary. Satao's got a big ball of archers. Kogri's got a lot of knights. Satao also adding a TC in the mineral-rich area. And he does have 3 on stone, so we might be thinking about a castle down in this area, or potentially in this gap. Ooh, I like what El Noniro is doing here, though. Cutting off reinforcements, that's a nice call. And you don't have the military to take a head-on-head engagement. Cut off that supply chain. And once again, Loniowski, mass migration here in the south of his eco. Ballistics on those expos, so they're going to kill a crap ton of Vils here. 30 Vil lead now for Team Top One, and they still have military advantage. Ogre, I think she's just going to dive on these archers. They're under the TC, but I mean, I think they know they've got the Vil lead. They know the only way back in for Elephantos is with some kind of military advantage. They want a clean military here. 50 Vil advantage. It's Still have a military edge. Bill advantage. Map control. Team top one in an excellent position here. Oh man, poor Loniowski. I've had my eco in this position plenty of times. The GG is called. Good game indeed. Yeah, it was an exciting one. Lots of action. Men-at-Arms, once again on this map, proving to be pretty lethal. I mean, Loniowski was, what, 5 seconds away from getting a pair of houses down in that gap? And if those Men-at-Arms don't get in, who knows how different things would be. I mean, those are not, they weren't even Men-at-Arms, they were militia. Those 3 militia killed, I want to say 7 Vills? Honestly, might have even been more than that. That was pretty wild. One of the most effective 3 militia drushes I've ever seen. Yeah, El Noniro actually with a pretty positive KD there. And yeah, excellent game. All right, I will be casting game 3 here a little bit later today. I'll try to patch those together for the YouTube video. But we will be going to a game 3 decider, 1-to-1 at the moment. Great set so far, and excited to see how things resolve on what we got. Nomad for game 3. So that has the potential to be a good deal of fun. And yeah, we'll see you guys in a little bit. All right. I am back. Apologies for the break. Game 3 here. The decider between Elephantos and top one. Going to the home map for Elephantos of Nomad. So where we got the TCs going down. El Noniro going to be dropping right here, playing as the Gaharas, and his teammate Loniowski, located quite close. Also close, Kogri. She's got her TC set up right here. She's playing as the Persians, Loniowski as the Malians, and then finally Satao down here at the far southern edge of the map, playing as the Spanish. So yeah, we should see a lot of action early on with the TCs located this close to one another. And what do we got for dock location? Satao up here on the north. We've got El Noniro down here on the southern end. Loniowski here on the west. And what about Kogri? Looks like she's going to drop her dock up here. So everyone's dock is going to be quite far from their opponent. So yeah, we'll see how that plays. This could be quite advantageous, I would think, for what I would imagine Satao's going to go for here, which is an FC. He's not going to have to worry about those fish getting cleaned up until he is, I would think, well into Castle Age. So that's going to allow him to get a really good castle time and get some good early conch production. What are we going to see from our Gaharas player? I've actually never played Gaharas on Nomad, so I don't quite know exactly how to play them. But obviously these are 2 civs, both of whom have access to camels. And that could be the play here when you're up against what's most likely going to be knights conchs or camels conchs. Fast forward a little bit here just through the early doldrums of Dark Age here. So Loniowski flaring Kogri's base. He spotted that, knows it's close. Could definitely see some tower action early on from these players here. Kogri's got good access to stone here. If you're Loniowski, I guess either you're going to have to drop back for that stone or come out here. Although that's going to be awfully risky. Probably good for Kogri that her initial wood line was on this side and not that side, because this would be pretty subject to towering. If you're Kogri, where would you tower rush? Maybe drop one out in this area, try to range, exclude that gold, range the wood line, range under the TC. Or maybe you do it on this side just to make sure you can secure access to that stone. Definitely have to keep an eye on that. Fishing ship count, Kogri already up to 4 fish, 3 for Satao, 3 and 2 respectively for our two Elephantos players. Satao gold right under the TC. But in terms of stone, I guess he's going to have to come forward. But that shouldn't be a problem. He's got a long ways to go to an enemy TC, so that should be quite safe getting access to that gold. Alright, here come the cows. No mill yet for El Noniro to stick those cows inside of. Yeah, it looks like Loniowski's going to be sending all his cows this way as well. And let's start to keep an eye for the uptimes for these players. You could definitely see, right, if players don't know where their opponent's fish are, could definitely see someone going up to feudal age early and end up kind of paying the price for that, trying to go aggressive in water and not being able to get enough value early enough. But so far it looks like everyone is adding a good number of fish, which is definitely the right play here given the distance between docks. Yeah, there's the mill. 4 cows inside. Here comes number 5. Still, no one has clicked up. Alright, here we go. Loom on the way for Loniowski, so it looks like he'll probably be the first one to click up here. There we go. So he's clicked up at the same time as Kogri. And actually, 2 villagers ahead of Kogri, so not quite sure what happened there. Must have been some idle time for Kogri. Yeah, so she's already 2 vills down. And a second lumber camp here. Where's this vill heading off to? Drop a sneak dock here. Maybe she's looking to play water, try to buy some time. Try to maybe get Team Elephantos to commit to feudal age and allow Satao to get those conks out as early as possible. That could be the play here. Neither of these players on stone yet, so I don't think we're going to see that early tower rush. You can see Loniowski already heading up here with some vills, worried about tower on his wood line as well. Satao on the way up, El Noniro on the way up. Already heading to stone here, so I'm definitely going to be seeing conks. The question is, where does that castle go for Satao? Does he drop a defensive castle? He's got a long way to go if he wants to try to be aggressive. Of course, if he could somehow get a castle up in this vicinity, you're now immediately threatening both these players. So let's keep an eye on that. Okay. We've got Loniowski going galleys, 2 dock galleys here. And fires for Kogri. She's making 1 fire out of here and 1 fire out of there. Actually, she's added a 3rd dock here in the corner. This excellent fishing location. If she can keep those alive, she's going to have a nice food eco getting into Castle Age. Alright, Satao is up. El Noniro is up. We've got stable blacksmith going down here for El Noniro, so it looks like we're going to have camels off the rip. Alternatively, I suppose we could see Shravamsha riders. Action down here. Kogri's got one of her fires out, and there's no defense here for El Noniro. So that fishing is going to go down, and that's going to be unfortunate for that camel spam he's looking for. Where are the galleys for Loniowski? Heading okay. Heading in the right direction, heading towards Satao's fish. And yeah, we've got an FC here from El Noniro and also an FC from Satao. And then our other 2 players, they're going to be playing feudal age for a little bit here. Chasing the fish. We've got a galley coming in to try to help out El Noniro here. Still's got a decent amount of fish alive. Alright, so Kogri produced this fire in defense. We've got a Loniowski fishing ship doing some scouting. Engagement up here. Galleys with fletching up against some fires. So good water pressure here for Kogri. Castle Age almost in now for Satao. We'll have to keep an eye on where those villagers decide to drop the castle. check in here. So this is definitely looking like it's going to be a camel span. Yep, Phil's going forward. Look at this. Look at this. Maybe he is going to drop it up here. That's a bold move, but he knows no one's up. He's the only one up so far. Dropping that outpost. And remember, those are Spanish vills. They're going to build awfully quick. Alright, so we've got a little engagement here. Loniowski managed to keep that alive. Engagement down here as well. Look at that. Look at that castle. It's not going to range either of the TCs, but it's going to establish a nice beachhead from which to threaten. Those conks can just camp under this ring of fire here. Uh-oh. Shravamsha Riders out. Can Satao... Ooh, quick balls down. Yeah, and that castle's going to go up. Those are Spanish vills. Easy peasy. Satao might not even lose a vill here, honestly. And he doesn't. And those things do produce quickly, though. Alright, engagement up here. Kogri putting the pressure on Loniowski. Down here, still threatening the fishing for El Noniro. So El Noniro, what's his food looking like? Yeah, only 2 on food at the moment. So, down these Shravamsha Riders. Not going to have much production here for a little bit. Tower added as well, so this tower does range the TC. What's the stone count looking like for Satao? 4 on stone, definitely looking for some follow-up castles. Check back in on water here real quickly. Kogri continuing to pressure Loniowski's fish here. Loniowski on the way up, Kogri still in feudal age. And at the very least, these Shravamsha Riders are buying some time. The conks are chasing instead of picking off villagers. So I think that's really good for El Noniro here. Alright, what's the stone count looking like here for Satao? Up to 217. Wouldn't be surprised if we see him start going heavier to stone so we can add some additional castles. And finally, a decent galley mass here for Loniowski. Should be able to clean those fires. But it looks like only 2 fishing ships are going to be left. And it's all sitting... Oh, wow, okay. Kogri's got a lot more fires up here. So she's going full feudal for a while here. And yeah, just trying to be a pest so that Satao can maximize his damage here with the conks. Alright, we've got some good food eco going down for El Noniro. He needed that since the fishing was taken out by Kogri. Oh, this is a problem though. These vills here exposed. Satao's going to get a jump on those. Going to be 1 vill down here. 2 vills down. The conks could hit anything. Going to be some more casualties here as well. Checking in over here. Yeah, Kogri dominating water. Looks like Loniowski's just going to give it up here. Loniowski in Castle Age. And what is he up to here? Adding some farms. And the harassment continues here from Satao. Satao up to 310 stone. Does he add more towers or does he add an additional castle? No attempt to go to stone here from either of the Elephantos players, so defensive castle not the strategy here. Yeah, this is a great harassment from Satao. Satao, not sure how to pronounce it. Oof. Oof. Already a 22 vill lead for top 1. They look firmly in control of this game at the moment. All the momentum is on their side. Look at this though, Shravamsha Riders in a pest here. Kogri going for a spear defense. And they should be able to get some kills here on Satao's stone miners. 1 vill down. Satao trying to get some monks out in defense. Nice little house wall here from Loniowski. But still a 20 vill lead right now for top 1. And I think Satao's able to get that stone. I still don't see enough of a military mass for Elephantos to be able to defend against that. El Noniro has done a great job getting value out of these few Shavamsha riders. Got a lot of Vil picks. A lot of distraction time here. Kogri continuing to fish boom here. And Satao as well. So that's another huge advantage for them. That free fish. Look at those walls. Dirty. 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 All those spears chasing around. Alright, 611 stone here. Satao, I think, just about ready to drop another castle with those Vils. Where does he drop it? Can he sneak one in there? I don't think the terrain's going to work out. Where does he plop it? Maybe he tries to sneak back, get one in here. Keep an eye on it. Nope, can sneak it in there. Ooh, what a brutal spot. So that will range both those TCs. That's going to cut off some food eco. That mill also, with 8 cows in it, now cut off. Not great. Yep, there go the cows, making a run for it. Alright, we've got a few TCs here from El Noniro. They are catching up in Vil count. Only 10 Vils behind at this point. But this military number is still a massive discrepancy. 34 to 9. That castle's up, so we've got now a full evac here for El Noniro. Yeah, so I think Elephantos just desperately trying to stabilize to the point where they can get some decent military production out. I just don't know if they're ever going to get to that point. Alright, 3 knights are out here for Loniowski. They're looking to go do some damage. Kogru, some nice walls here. Uh-oh. 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 Yeah, the Vil count was just about even there. 3 more Vils go down. Satao has added a second TC up here. Bunch of monks in defense, so if knights try to get into that area, there will be some monk defense. Kogri finally to Castle Age. Almost identical Vil numbers for these two teams. Yeah, these monks are going to come back to Satao's main base. El Noniro almost loses them, but good unit control there. Conversions aplenty. 3 Sharamsa riders converted there. Yeah, that was not a good fight there for El Noniro. Identical Vil numbers. But look at this. Another castle. Where's this one going to go? Right here? Yeah, I just don't see a way for Elephantos to stop this flood. Trying to stabilize the eco, but they just can't quite get there. Oh man, actually, that castle... I think would have been better here, right? If you're going to range that TC, you could almost range this TC. It's probably a better spot. Maybe Satao wanted to make sure it could go up, wanted to be under the security of this castle. El Noniro throwing away quite a few more Shavamsha riders there. Yeah, and we're going to have to relocate yet some more eco here. Actually have a Vil lead now for Elephantos. Go Kogri closing in with those spears. I think we're with that many spears worth getting the pikeman upgrade here, right? I think we'll start seeing Kogri, yeah, adding a bunch of camels in here. Camels be a great complement with the conquistadors, given what Elephantos are making, and Kogri, she certainly has the... Oh my gosh, there's that castle I wanted. Right there. Yeah, Kogri certainly got the food eco to support that military production as well. Alright, we got action all over the field here. How do you stop this flood? The castles, they just keep coming. Uh-oh, these Vils are going to get stranded out here. That's going to almost equalize the Vil counts. Ooh, ripperoni. Just brutal. just brutal. Look at all this beautiful farm eco here from El Noniro. He's going to have to leave all that. Yeah, this... I think maybe if El Noniro had gone to stone a little bit sooner, had just been able to get a castle down to slow the castle chaining, wouldn't have lost all that eco. Maybe that would have been a play to possibly stabilize here. Nice walls coming down there to try to keep those conks from getting there. Conks are still flooding in, though. Jeez, so many vills going down. What's the KD looking like? It's gotta be outrageous. 41 to 13. Defensive tower coming down here for El Noniro. Will he get that up? He's trying to keep this castle from going up. Look at the monk. Look at the monk trick. Yeah, El Noniro knows there's no way he's going to be able to stop that castle. Not with Spanish villagers. And yet another TC. Gone to waste here. I think we might see the GG here. This has got to be so frustrating for El Noniro. Fill count basically even. But most of those fills are idle at this point. Still some farms. Nowhere left to run. Not on this part of the island. El Noniro basically totally pinched in here. These villas have nowhere to go. Action elsewhere here. Kogri cleaning out some villas under this TC. Surely we see the GG here. Yeah, she's also raiding Loniowski's eco over on this end. Loniowski does have a nice little eco here, but not going to have the military numbers to defend. If Satao wants, he can just come drop another castle here in a minute. Loniowski producing counter units, but Kogri's got such good numbers right now. And all of a sudden, a 30 villager lead for top one, 30 military lead as well. There's just really no area of this game at the moment that Team Elephantos has a lead in. Maybe we'll see a castle here from El Noniro. Where does he drop that castle? There? Or do you drop it here to try to protect the farm eco? I'm not sure. But now we've got the movement. Vill's coming this way. We'll see that castle maybe there. Maybe over here. Yeah, domination. What a great Nomad game. Spanish. Just too good. Too good on Nomad. Especially when you have the kind of fish eco that Satao was able to get this game. And Kogri, credit to her, bought a ton of time in Feudal Age. Cleaned out the food eco from both the other players, so that really limited their ability to boost military units to defend against the conks and to defend against those castle drops. And yeah, good plan going into it. Kogri kind of playing the Licks role. Satao playing that Mr. Yo role. Alright, there is the defensive castle for El Noniro. That's the place he's going to put it. But already Rams on the move here for Satao. Where are those conks at? Over here. 26 on stone for Satao. Oh boy. Oh boy. Where's that next castle go? There it is. GG, well played. Yeah, great set. Enjoyed that one very much. And, yeah, dominant performance there on Nomad. Honestly, I think so much came down just to the initial dock placement. With dock placement like that, I think the strategy that Satao and Kogri end up going for is going to be really, really hard to stop when the fish are basically guaranteed to survive for that long. Yeah, and even with all that pressure, even with collecting 3,400 stones, Satao still had the most food collected that they had that continuous fish boom going. And yeah, look at this. I mean, Kogri and Sato just kept adding docks throughout that game, and they basically ate up half the map worth of fish. Yeah, pretty brutal KD, as we might have expected. All right, well, that will do it for that set. And yeah, I'll try to. So I've casted what, Division A, Division B. So I'll try to get some sets in some of the divisions I haven't done yet for these next games here. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all soon.